Right now, students at some of Metro Atlanta's largest school districts are getting ready to head back to the classroom. And for many, the return to in-person learning after holiday break was delayed because of COVID. New infections broke records day after day after day. Districts are trying to make sure students stay in the classroom, but that comes with some new rules and some new challenges. Liza Lucas is joining us from the Fulton County Board of Education. So Liza, schools are really facing the same challenges as almost every other business right now. That's staffing shortages. They need to make sure they have enough teachers to teach these kids in person.
That's right. And that's something that Fulton County Schools has been very transparent about. They said that they've been experiencing these staffing shortages. And they also said in their latest update that they've had hundreds of employees test positive for COVID-19 in the wake of the Omicron surge. At the same time, the district has also said that they are committed to remaining with in-person learning. But they did warn chances for pivoting include some remote learning will be done by necessary and temporary basis by class, grade, and school. Fulton County Schools also plans to follow the new CDC guidelines on isolation, and that means students directly exposed to COVID-19, they can stay in school and wear a mask for 10 days if asymptomatic. Meanwhile, at APS, they'll be going back to the classroom today as well. However, the district says it's not facing issues with staff, so good news there, but they are planning to continue their mandatory weekly testing for employees, and students will also have an option to get tested. Clayton students also ready for their return to in-person, and they've been requiring a negative test for all employees and staff in order to get back into the building. And those staff who refuse, they're going to have to use their sick days until they comply with that requirement. Meanwhile, finally, DeKalb County School also returning to in-person learning today. They've also recently updated their protocols on quarantine and mask guidelines to match the recent CDC changes. All four of these districts that we discussed, they will be requiring masks, and they also say that they're going to be monitoring cases and COVID spread in both the community and in schools. So we'll be keeping you posted with the very latest.
You know, it's so much for parents to keep track of, so we have a lot more on 11alive.com and some scrambling needed for parents in Rockdale County. Liza, the school district there was supposed to go back today, but they decided against it, right?
That's right. They've actually put that on hold. The superintendent over in Rockdale, he says he wants to give families and kids more time to get tested and to get vaccinated. Testing within the district, it's actually going to continue from today until Thursday. And then there's also, Cheryl, a vaccination clinic planned for this Saturday at Rockdale Career Academy. That's all done before students are set to return next week on Tuesday, January 18th.
All right, so one more week of in-person or at-home learning, I guess I should say, for kids in Rockdale. All right, thanks a lot.